Well, if we operate on it, if we're energetic beings that are operating in an energetic world, if we harness and focus our energy on certain aspects, that's manifestation. Hi, I'm Dan.
And I'm Can.
And this is the Dan and Can Show. Brought to you by The Transformed Life Hypnotherapy. Get your shit straightened out.
It's not the Transformed Life Hypnotherapy. The Transformed Life is the name of my podcast. It's Candid Coaching right now. That's what I'm leaving at. But it's Candid Hypnotherapy, too. You could call it that.
Shameless
not
plugs.
Transformed Life.
Shameless plugs upon shameless
plugs. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, my dear wife, how are we doing today?
Good.
Actually. Actually good for a change.
That's 2 days in a row where I have felt pretty good because I have avoided a lot of political shit.
Wow.
Listening to it. I know the basic overall what's going on, and that's all I needed. I don't need to know anymore.
It's amazing how that works.
I don't need to feast on it. Huh?
It's amazing how that works, huh?
Yeah, I got to practice what I preach.
And you got to preach what you practice.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, we're going to get into one today. And I kind of like what we changed to here in the last week or so where we just talk.
Okay.
So I ain't got really a topic to go on. I got an idea that we can start with, and let's see where the hell we go with that.
All right.
But first,
I'm game.
Let's get to know you and me
a
little bit more. Okay?
Can you ask me a question that I actually can answer this time? Because usually at the beginning you ask me a question that is just a little ridiculous. It's a little much.
What's something you thought that was the absolute pinnacle of cool as a kid, but now it makes you cringe? Cuffed pant legs. I remember doing that. Mullets.
I remember doing that too.
I remember.
I didn't think. Well, I didn't really.
I used to go. How'd that work with my haircuts? I think.
Hey, is your door shut?
Yeah.
Because I can hear you pretty good in here.
Sorry, I'm working on my projection.
Your voice is booming.
Yeah. Can't remember how I think my mom might have cut my hair when she used to be a hairstylist, but I can't remember. I went with my dad sometimes, I think, to the barber, but one time it was like 5th, 6th grade. My sister would always go to the salon. It's probably like a cost cutters or something like that. And I was like, take me with you. I want to get my hair did. And they're like,
how old were you?
Maybe 4th grade, 5th grade.
Aww.
And I wanted the Rob Lowe, which was a mullet at the time.
Put a flash of it. You should put it right here. Put a bookmark and then put it up. Come on. I want to see it.
Yeah, but you're never going to watch the video.
Well, it's not never. Let me see.
So it was back.
Rob Lowe in the, 90s or something?
80s. It would have been St. Elmo's Fire, maybe, type. But it was a mullet with the curly hair. It was all curled and permed in the back.
Oh, my brother's had that look. Oh, yeah, my brother's had that look.
I had really short hair at the time, and I didn't realize that I couldn't curl the back and have a mullet if I had short hair in the back.
So you just had like a crew cut?
Yeah, that's always what I had. But, yeah.
I mean, this is back in style.
It is now. But
yeah, it is.
It's still kind of cringe.
No, I don't think so. I don't mind the mullet so much. It's not a terrible look. I had a mullet. That's how my mom cut our hair. It was short over the ears, short on top, and long in the back, and it was hideous. It was hideous.
Yeah.
I remember in 6th grade telling everyone that would ask me, like, I'm growing my sides out because I started to grow it out, but a mullet looks terrible as you're growing it out. I didn't want to cut the whole back off and have all short hair. So I grew it out, and then I would just like bobby pin it up and pull it up on the sides. And I would always say, I'm growing my sides out. I'm growing my sides out. And yeah, it was hideous.
That's what I'm doing right now, growing my sides out. Ooh, ooh, ooh. She's never happy about them comments, folks. So what's something you used to do that thought was just the coolest? It's cringe. Maybe walk like a horse.
Walk like a horse. I knew you were going to say that. I was little. I was in early elementary when
18.
I would walk home and I would walk like a horse, like lifting my knee up.
You're like, that's not how you walk like a horse. This is how you walk.
You were saying some little girl was walking like when you were like, you want to show her? And I was like, so I just walked like it for a second. I said, it's like this.
Why don't you get up and show us?
Don't encourage it. Do you encourage this stuff so that you can just bring it up on the podcast and try to shame me? Sucks for you, buddy, because I'm shameless at this point.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what else would you find cringe nowadays?
Can that not be enough? Let's move on to the next question.
Let's move on. Wow. She wants to get this episode over with. She's got to catch up on her stories.
Do I have a story that I want to watch? Just when I walk on the treadmill, watch
Mormon
a story.
Housewives of New York or something. I don't know.
No, I don't even think there is such a thing. But if there was, I probably would watch it.
You probably would. What's the nerdiest or dorkiest thing you secretly think that is still cool, no matter what anyone
First,
says?
I know what I will watch. There's a new Sister Wives. They're starting a new series, even though they're not married at all anymore. I got to watch that. Sorry. Go ahead with your question.
There's your, I think it was cool, but it's cringe now. Or no, this could be, that's your answer to this one. What's the nerdiest or dorkiest thing you secretly think is still cool, no matter what anyone else says? Mm-hmm. Watching Sister Wives, the new season.
I don't care. A lot of people do that. If I'm going to watch something, I like to watch reality TV. And I don't think that's nerdy or dorky. It's just, I don't know. What's nerdy?
Dorky, cringy that you do.
Cringy is different than nerdy.
Walk like a horse.
I don't walk like a horse still. Knock it off. I don't know.
Yeah,
talk to myself. That's not really nerdy, is it? Maybe.
No, that's more
some people might find it cringy, but I don't care. It's actually It's healthy to do that. At least that's what I tell myself.
Trying to think I can't because I'm just so cool right now. There's nothing I do.
Okay. I think it's boring if you're cool. So
I wear cargo pants and shorts all the time still.
Okay, that's cringe. I don't like it. At work, fine. I get it. Do I want you wearing cargo pants all the time? No, but whatever. You do you. You actually have started to not wear them so much when you're not at work.
Yeah.
Quite often, actually.
Trying to get a shimmer in your eye. Speaking of shimmers in your eye, who's a celebrity or public figure everyone else thinks is cool, but you just don't get it? Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah, Tom Cruise. I would agree. I'm not a fan.
No.
Not a fan.
No. I don't. It's not the Scientology thing or anything. It's
just I don't know. I feel like he's trying too hard to be young instead of just hey, like in his shows, he's always doing I think he broke a finger or a wrist or something recently.
His ankle. Did
he break his ankle?
All his own
doing
stunts.
His own stunts, which fine, whatever.
But
if you can
60.
do them, great. But he's like a 60, which is fine if you can still do it. I'm not gonna knock that. But why is his opposite his love interest in his shows in their 30s? It's disgusting. 30s, no, buddy, you're 20s. In your 60s. Have somebody who's in their 60s or 50s at the most. And the things I've heard about him, of course, they could be untrue, but I think there's some truth to it. Leah Remini, she told a lot of things.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. What's the most uncool thing about you right now, but you're totally owning it?
I don't know that I'm a hypnotherapist. That's probably kind of uncool.
No, that's
weird.
Awesome. It's awesome.
I think it is, but some people think it's weird where we live.
Yeah.
They don't like it.
I'm a brewer. So, yeah, it's all good. Your laughter's not coming through on the sound.
It's not?
No, you probably got your.
Can you hear that?
Well, that last one wasn't, unless you were doing a silent laugh. Just going,
it was kind of a whispery laugh. It was a. Can you hear that?
No.
Yeah, it's a whisper. It's a, just air.
This from the woman that can't burp.
I can burp. The burps just explode in my esophagus if I ever get burps.
All right.
And they hurt.
If cool had a smell, taste, or vibe, what would it be?
I don't know, but don't say smell right after burp. If cool had a taste, smell, or what? Vibe?
Yeah.
These are dumb questions. I'm sorry. This one is dumb. Skip. Pass. Next question.
It's the last one.
That one's dumb. It's stupid. If cool had a vibe, it's cool. Cool is a vibe. You can be cool as long as you're confident in what you're doing. It's pretty cool.
I put in all this work, and you're just like, nope, next.
You did not put in all this work on that.
I've been slaving away for days on this.
Dan, you typed it in 2 minutes before we
sleeping at night.
Well, I'm sorry, but you need to work harder then.
Wow. The appreciation I get around here.
Love you.
With friends like this, who needs enemies, right?
Hey, I do.
Big
love
weirdo. You. All right. So apparently, Candy doesn't think my list was very cool of questions, but that's all right. So let's get in the mood a little bit, and we'll play a little game here before we get talking. And being that this is the Halloween season coming up here shortly, we're going to play a game called Trump or Treat.
Trump or treat?
Trump or treat. All right. You ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
This is a game where I read off some quotes. And this is based off a conversation we had last night where I said something just off the wall and ridiculous that he did. And you're like, really? I go, no, I made that shit up.
But did he do it?
No.
Yeah, you made it up.
I made it up. And you're like, that's what's phenomenal about this whole thing is you can make up just random shit and you think he might actually have done it.
And I'm sure people have made up some things, yeah.
This game is based off of that.
It's hard to know what's true with this guy, yeah.
Is this something that he really said or did?
Okay.
Or is it made up?
Got it.
A couple of them are really easy. Number one's an easy one for you. Windmills cause cancer. I know it.
Yeah, he said that.
Everybody knows it.
He said that for sure. Everybody knows.
He did.
Everybody knows.
And someone tried to hold him to task on it, and people were trying to explain it away. It's noise pollution and all this and whatnot. And this is how it causes cancer or radiation or something coming off. I'm like, there's no radiation. It's just electrical current.
He, before we go on with this, you know how he's sending the military into Portland, right?
Yeah.
He said, someone was like, hey, like, there's, I don't know who said it to it, like maybe the governor? No, maybe it was the governor. I don't know. She said, there's no problems here. Like, it's chill. There's no uprising. And he was like, but on the TV, that's what I saw. Like, are you telling me I'm seeing something? It's like, I don't know what you're seeing on the TV.
It was fake reporting by one of the news sources.
But nobody calls him out and says, like, what are you, like, do you believe everything that you see on TV?
He does.
Or,
He does.
But nobody calls him out. Like, I don't want to say nobody, but why don't
nobody does, because he'd fire him if they called him out.
That's true, but it's so ridiculous. Like, I like it when you see a journalist actually push back. They probably do lose their job or they're not allowed around him anymore, but we need more people to just be willing to do that and not be like just roll over and weak. These weak people that he has around him are annoying.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Statement. Abraham Lincoln was a tall guy, but honestly, not as tall as me if I'm standing on stage. People forget that.
Yes, he said it.
No, he didn't. But
that's what you were hoping for, that I would fall for it, huh?
But
I was like, it's stupid, but it's something he would say.
Oh, he would say that. So if he took his hat off, I'd be taller than him. All right, here we go. Sharks are losers. The only people who like sharks are people who don't like me.
The only people who like sharks are people who don't like me?
Yeah, sharks are losers. The only people that like sharks.
He did say something about sharks.
He was talking about if he was in the ocean in a boat with a battery on fire.
Yeah, and if he fell.
Would he stay in the boat with the fire and the battery or go jump in the ocean with the shark?
I'm going to say he said this. I'm going to say he said it.
He did.
Oh, God. It would be really hilarious if it wasn't like this was in our commander-in-chief.
It's still hilarious.
It is funny, but it's just like, it's crazy. All right.
I'm very good with science. A lot of people don't know that about me, but I was always top of the class in science. Nobody else was better.
Okay, that is definitely something he would say, but did he? I'm going to say yes.
Remember, he just had a Tylenol come out. Scientific.
Did he say that?
Acetaminophen.
Did he say this? That's a
big one. No, he didn't.
I know, and didn't right after he tried to pronounce acetaminophen, he said he just switched right to in other words, Tylenol or whatever.
Otherwise known as Tylenol.
Yeah, okay, your Trump impression, it needs work.
I know. I don't want to get doxxed. Yeah, we'll have the military at our front door tomorrow.
We've said Trump enough that might happen.
All right. Columbus discovered America with a loan from my father. Great guy, Fred. Tremendous.
No, he didn't say that.
Sure?
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't say that.
He says stupid things, but I don't know about that stupid.
All right. He was talking about the Civil War and the Gettysburg Address and said, luckily we had superior aircraft in that so we could win. Or no, something about airports, defending the airports. So it was something with airplanes in Civil War. We have the best Halloween. Everybody says it. The best ghosts, the best skeletons, tremendous skeletons, actually.
Who's we? The White House? Or America? Or Mar-a-Lago?
Doesn't matter.
Or him and his wife? Or him and his cronies? I don't know. I'm going to say he did say it.
He did not say that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Definitely would be something he would say, but I don't know who the we would be.
Inject in bleach. Tremendous idea. We should look into that.
Yes. He didn't say injecting bleach.
Yeah, he was talking about injecting it with that one.
Injecting it, like putting it in a needle and putting it in your blood?
Because they were doing something, they were testing.
He talked about drinking it, but not.
No, he actually, I think, said that injected it because they were talking about chlorofluoroquine or something like that. I can't remember what it was called and how it was reacting to it on the surface. So it was something weird where it was eliminating it off of like surface areas or something. So he thought maybe if we put it inside our bodies, it'd kill COVID.
Oh, God. Okay.
Doesn't work that way, my man.
Mm.
All right. Biden couldn't even beat Dracula in a debate. I'd beat Dracula. No problem. He'd be crying. Very sad vampire.
I don't know. I would say no, but I feel like he would say this.
That's the best about this. You don't know.
Did he say it?
No. Oh, shit. All right. I know more about ISIS than the generals do. Believe me.
Yeah, he said that, I'm sure.
He did. He said a number of things. I know more about them. I know more about
he knows
warfare
more
than the
about
generals.
Everything than anybody knows. He sounds like a child the way he talks like that.
He is a child.
Immature.
All right, ready? George Washington chopped down a cherry tree. I built a hotel. Tell me which is harder. Believe me.
That's what he said that.
Nope.
No? Oh, gosh. I've gotten so many wrong.
It's a tough game. Nuclear is powerful, but nobody ever seen nuclear like me. If I had nuclear in my hands, it would be the best nuclear.
I hope he did not say that because he is not even using that word appropriately. No.
He didn't.
Okay.
All right. We'll end on an easy one. I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and I wouldn't lose any voters.
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah. Oh, fun little game, right?
He also say smart people don't like me?
Yeah. And I love the uneducated. The uneducated vote for me. They're my favorite. And he says it right to their face. And they're like,
it doesn't bother them. No,
they love it.
They love it. Basically, he is saying you're dumb. And why would somebody love dumb people or love people being dumb?
There was one with Jordan Clef. Oh, what's his name from The Daily Show? Jordan something or other. But he was talking to some redneck about that. The guy's like, hey, let me ask you something. He goes, how is it that these people are Republican, then they go to school and they get this education, and then all of a sudden they come out Democrat? Explain that to me. Yeah, education's indoctrinate. It's like, or maybe they just learned how to think. Proving our point. Anywho, so let's have a conversation. I want to base this off of two quotes I've heard recently. Okay. Mm-hmm. One was from a podcast I was listening to. It was Seth Rogen said it, and they're talking about the movie Fast and Furious. And they're talking about the reality of it because Fast and Furious has gone off the rails. They actually have cars. I haven't even kept up it. We watched the first one. I think that's the only one we've ever watched.
Yeah.
But I think in one of them they had a car in space that was going to the International Space Station. They drove it into space.
They drove it into space.
Yeah.
Didn't that guy die in the filming of one of these?
Paul Walker died, but not in the filming of it.
But he did die in a car accident, didn't he, while they were filming it? Mm-hmm.
So in this, Seth Rogen made this comment about movies. He said, you can have logical movies or you can have cool movies. And he said a producer once told him, Seth, you can make a logical movie, but people don't want to see that. They want to see cool movies. They don't care if it makes sense or if it's factual or it could really happen. So they want to see a car driving into space because that's cool. It doesn't matter if it's possible.
I disagree, but okay. Yeah.
So
I guess maybe I'm not cool because I would prefer it.
You got to think about the people that these are catered to. They're definitely voting on one side of the aisle. Oh, yeah. Look at Vin Diesel driving that into space. So the other comment was that I heard, and I can't remember where I heard it from, but it was, you can either have the truth or you can be right.
You can't handle the truth. So you can either have the truth or you can be right.
Yeah. So you can have facts, information, learn, or you can be stubborn and stay with, I'm right. And I'm not moving from that. And which way are you going? So it's kind of this mindset thing that we get into. People don't want to deal with logic and reason. They don't want to deal with research and look, because that's a lot of damn work to do.
They don't like nuance because it does take work to acknowledge nuance and then hold space for it.
And let's start off on the truth and right one, because it's something I still, every now and then I struggle with, where I think I know something and then you or one of our kids will say something that go against what I thought was true. And I have this just feeling in me that, no, I can feel my jaw clenching and just no, that's not, this is the truth.
Not correct. Candy, that is not how a car works.
It's something where I can actually see myself doing this, fighting for, no, I got to hold on to what I think is right, not taking this other stuff. But since I can capture it and realize what's going on, it also allows me to come around and eventually break down that initial wall of no, it's not right. But there's so many people that we know and deal with that operate in that goes against my truth, my belief, no matter how factual, what receipts you're bringing, anything like that. I cannot let that come into my mindset.
Well, would you say, like, if you think of a child, children are pretty, like, if they think they know something, they'll be like.
Teenagers are the worst.
Teenagers, okay. And up until, like, 25, 26, when your brain's fully developed, like, you can be very stuck in, how the world works. We were just talking about a relative that is very much believing they know how the world works. And there's a lot of adults. There's a lot of people that are like that. I can understand it when you're younger because it's immaturity. You haven't lived. You haven't had enough experience because experience, we were all like that. And experience and challenges to those beliefs and those thoughts really begin to open your eyes to, oh, okay, I know very little. Very little. What's the saying? The more you know, the more you realize you don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. It is in your youth. Sometimes you think you know everything. And this reminds me of a thought that I was having because we were talking about someone we know they are MAGA, I would say probably, and their child is now in college and is even more entrenched, reinforcing this belief not because they're in a Christian school, but they are surrounded, they found the Christian people at the college and they still stay in touch with, and they get more and more entrenched. And I'm wondering if sometimes these parents, they grow up and they teach their kids all these principles of God, but then they're the principles of evangelicalism, let's just say, which is tied to conservatism. And they teach them that. And then their children grow up and become even more zealous. And I'm wondering if those children coming home and visiting with their parents, like it's almost an irritation to their parents because they're even more Christian or more, quote unquote Christian. And they act so judgmental, and some of these parents don't outgrow that phase. They are still like, I'm right. And if their child challenges it by pushing it even further and they're like, oh, no, you're being real judgmental here,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wonder if that happens more often than we know.
Oh, I definitely think because our kids irritate us from time to time because of that mindset. Where
they think they know everything. Yeah.
And they absolutely will, just for the sake of being contentious, will side automatically opposite with us. And I can think of the youngest one right now does that with you all the time.
Yeah.
Sky's blue, buddy. No, it's not.
He's trying to rage bait me. Yeah.
It's like, no.
But it gets me to step into wisdom and just be like, he's a kid.
Yeah.
he is a kid, but if you don't have that awareness yet, because a lot of these MAGA people do not have that self-awareness to realize, hey, this is just part of youth. And they will, they don't understand that they have maybe grown a little bit to acknowledge maybe they were wrong about some things, and maybe they're not. I don't know. But the sad thing is when you get to be in your 40s and your 50s and you're still entrenched in that mindset of, I know everything, I have it all figured out.
And we know people that are in their 70s and 80s that are that way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
And you try to bring up an opposing thought, and it's like, either it's subject change, redirect, or just completely shuts down
or just gets real angry and entrenched in their opinion without not able to see from another person's perspective.
I mean, we had that one incident dealing with this where it was when we first started deconstructing. We were still meeting with family and friends and whatnot. And we met in a park, and it was the Bible verse of, what was that verse?
Physical resurrection.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. I can't remember
where it said resurrection, but it didn't say physical resurrection.
Yeah, and he kept putting in, it says physical. Because you were saying, no, it's referring to a spiritual. And
it's like a metaphorical.
The verses before it and the verses after it are talking about spiritual aspects of life. So if we're going to interpret this correctly,
like we didn't literally, it says right before it, we died with Christ or something. And I said, we didn't literally die. Nobody literally died with Christ except for the people that were on the cross, right? Whenever this was written. This is how I was arguing this point with him. Like, we didn't literally die. And then right after that, it says, and we rose again. And he was like, literally, he kept adding the word physical resurrection. And maybe it said, we will physically be resurrected, or we will be resurrected, or so. I don't know what the verse was, but I remember he kept saying physical resurrection. I was like, you are adding that word in there. And you're also changing the context completely, because it's not talking about physical death. We didn't physically die with Jesus. And so the physical resurrection, why are you adding that? I didn't,
even though it was there in black and white, literally black and white on the page, and you're pointing at it, going, where does the word physical appear? Yeah. Physical resurrection. That's what it's talking. It's like, it doesn't say that. Yes, it does. Where? And, it's like, let me see your Bible. That. Let me, let me look at yours and see if maybe it's in your and it wasn't. It's like, where is physical at? It says physical. It's like, no, it doesn't. This is your.
Can you, maybe he had different eyes. Maybe we were blind to it.
It's like, this is your interpretation. And you're so stuck in having, because this was his whole.
You're not open to actually letting it speak to you. You were, that was the guy who was so big on eisegesis, exegesis, all that, right?
Yeah.
And he was definitely doing where you eisegesis, is that where you put on your opinions, basically your thoughts. Hassle Jesus.
But so he was adding that in there. And it was a core belief for him, because that was the verses tied to his belief system. That was his gospel, were them verses. And
they had to believe there was a physical resurrection coming in the future. Yeah.
Otherwise, everything crumbles. That was the cornerstone of the belief. You remove that, everything else is going to fall off.
Kind of like Ken Ham, when he blames. Ken Ham is big on, like, at least he was when I used to kind of follow him early in deconstruction, because towards the end of deconstruction, he was being pushed at us as some great teacher, right? And I started to really not like him. I don't know why, but then when we started to deconstruct, I was like, oh, this guy, he's arrogant. There's something about this guy.
Yeah.
And so, but he does think because the earth isn't taught as being created in 6 days, that's what causes people not to believe the gospel. Like, you need to preach a 6-day creation, because otherwise the whole thing falls apart if that part's not true.
But the problem with Ken Ham and all this stuff that he puts out is he adds in these unfactual details.
The problem with Ken Ham is
he throws stuff in there. He has
no idea what he's preaching. Yeah, he's preaching, or he does know, and he is either A, dumb, or he just is really got a lot of cognitive dissonance and doesn't know it and isn't willing to look at it and needs to go to a therapist, or he's doing it on purpose to make money.
I think
which could be.
It could be, but I think honestly, he's so far.
He believes it, I think. I do think he believes it, yeah. And I think a lot of these guys really do.
And they just make up stuff to make it work.
Because it doesn't.
And it's like that
because they're dumb. Yeah, I mean, really, I don't want to say that they're dumb, but a lot of these people have no critical thinking skills, especially if they grew up like I did. Yeah, I was not given critical thinking skills at all. I had to develop them after I left Christianity.
Yeah, but because you used to believe in the ark, that all the animals in the world came from the ark 5,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And
I believe that LGBTQ was trying to steal the rainbow from Christianity.
Anyways. Floppy dick there.
I don't think it was really floppy dick. It was applicable.
Okay. I guess. I just like saying floppy dick.
Yeah, you do. But
the ark, it does not make any logical sense whatsoever to have all of those animals in that one boat. And you look and see.
They were mini-sized, Dan. They were like this big.
Yeah.
I think some people do think that. They were like really small.
No, I had a laser gun.
It was a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole, just think of dogs.
Dogs? You mean where no, they just had to have the two that had all the DNA that would come out of that. That's what they'll say.
And that's not how
they
it works.
They had the potential of all the DNA in the two dogs that could create all the varieties we have.
Technically, that is kind of there because, well, not really, but mutations are going to come off of it. But that's not how DNA works. There's not these super creatures that are out there that all of a sudden you can have 5,000 different breeds of dog, anywhere from a Chihuahua to a Great Dane.
Well, and how do you explain, I don't know, wouldn't we, if, let's say every creature was on the ark, would we have the amount of species that we have today if it went like that? Or the variety in species that we have today? I don't know that we would. Would we?
No.
I don't think there's been enough time. Mm-mm. I don't know, or maybe there is, or maybe we would have more.
In that amount of time, you would see actively, probably in your lifetime, results of evolution going on.
Well, you do see a little bit of micro, and they would always be like, oh, we believe in microevolution, just not macro.
Within species, yeah, but you would see evidence.
So, and it's funny, you can see micro, so why couldn't you even almost conclude there might be some macroevolution going on? Yeah. But anyways.
But,
yeah.
I mean, just the logic test and all this, that when you start holding the candle to it, it falls apart. But they absolutely dig their heels in, be like, no, this is the way it is.
And then they have this thing that, like, faith is believing, like, blind belief, like, evidence goes against it, but you got to believe it. And I don't think that that's what faith was. I don't think Jesus was talking like that kind of faith. I think the faith that maybe Jesus was referring to, if he existed, I don't know. I still believe he did, but someone could disprove that. I don't know. But I think that true faith is maybe believing in something, not where the evidence flies in face of it, but maybe you don't have all the evidence for it. So I can understand people believing in a higher power.
Yeah.
Even though they can't prove it, but it can't be disproven. You know what I'm saying? But if there was evidence that actually directly disproved it, then you'd probably have to follow that evidence, right? Yeah. I mean, but there isn't any.
That's the smart thing to do, the educated thing to do. Follow the evidence.
So, like, faith and science can exist. They can coexist.
It's like we have faith that there's something greater than us that's tying us
we
all
have
together.
faith that there's,
we cannot prove it.
No.
But our
but
belief.
Evidence does line up that we are all connected to a source of some sort.
Yeah.
Right? There's evidence that we all come from.
It's not
that there was one
evidence,
initial Big Bang or something that started, or
science wants to deal with empirical evidence.
Yeah.
Right. 2 + 2 = 4 type stuff.
Something that can be observable.
Every time we do
and
this test on it, the same results come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what science is going to deal with.
So
not the
evidence
stuff that you can't
is that
test.
we see of a greater being, something unifying, a force out there, is not empirical.
No.
So science isn't going to take it as being this. So that's more of a belief that we have. We have some evidences that could lead to it. It'd be like the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
We have some evidences and some things that lend credibility to this
that direction.
theory. So
but we
have
can't
faith
test it. It's
that
happened.
this is what happened.
Yeah. Or, I mean, even when it comes to like manifestation, which is a thrown around term right now, right? I'm wondering if there's something to that. And I do believe that there might be something to that. So how I approach that is with the scientific method in mind. I'm testing it. I test it to see if it works. And in some ways, like at least the vibration or keeping myself in a certain vibration does make a difference for me in the day-to-day. I'm more productive. I go towards my goals rather than feeling stuck or shrinking backwards. I'm more authentic, that kind of stuff. There is something there to that. Now, can I manifest a car? Well, we're looking for one, so we'll see. Can I manifest a house? Can I manifest?
In essence, you are. And let's turn the tides here and going down the manifestation path on things. The woo, as some people would say.
I mean, what I'm saying is you can approach that with a scientific mindset, right? Rather than just blindly believing it. You're testing it. You don't have to go, oh, I believe that's true because it sounds great. Because it also sounds not so great in some situations too, right? Like if I'm creating my own reality, then the problems I have, I play a role in some way. And what does that mean for people who are in a really terrible situation? Like what's going on there? I don't know.
And that's an argument I heard against manifestations are the people that are in them horrible roles. And these people that are like, well, you just manifest your way out of it. Well, it's kind of a shitty thing to say to them.
That is so tone deaf to say to somebody. Yeah.
You're in this because this is what you brought on yourself. So
like
bring
that is
something
a terrible
new
thing
on
to say.
To yourself now.
Yeah. But if you say, hey, you have the power within you to find some way to help yourself, use what you can, I can see that being empowering if you're listening to it a certain way. Yeah.
So I think on the manifestation, I think a lot of the skeptics of it go to the extreme of,
they do.
So if I want $1 million, all I got to do is sit around and say $1 million, $1 million, and think $1 million all day long, and poof, $1 million is going to show up.
Or they'll say, the people in Palestine, you're saying they manifested that. So they try to shut it down. And then there's to me, that's not scientific either. They're just explaining it away by throwing something completely shocking out without any nuance. Again, without nuance, like we don't know all the rules of this, but could it be a real thing? It very well could be. And I don't want to throw something out just because it doesn't sound great at first.
I think there is some truth to it. And I think if you look at it from an energy perspective, and energy like a laser, laser is light energy, right? So we have light bulbs, but that energy is dispersed. It's there to cast out and diffuse out to get light spread
out over a wider surface because the light bulb has so much,
But what a laser does is it condenses that focus to a fine point, which then focuses all that energy, which then cuts through stuff. Well, if we operate on it, if we're energetic beings that are operating in an energetic world, if we harness and focus our energy on certain aspects, that's manifestation. So you mentioned
that's an interesting way of saying that. Yeah.
So if you're looking at trying to, like you mentioned earlier, we're looking for a car. You're like, oh, I don't know if we'll be able to we are going to manifest a car.
Well, we are manifesting it. And I kind of told you how, when you study marketing and stuff, I've learned some things because I have to like learn how to market myself and all this stuff. But there's like a funnel that people, they know, consumers will go down. And first they have to like kind of grab your attention, telling you basically, this is here, I exist, right? Mm-hmm. And then it brings you down the funnel towards hopefully purchasing, right? But one of the phases as you're getting close is like the research phase, where the person is actually in that phase where they're research, so that you learn kind of the SEO, so you know what to put into your ads, right? So that you get those who are researching, because those people are really seriously looking for someone to meet their need in whatever way it is. So in a car, we are actually researching cars. We're actually looking for one. We're looking them up. We're reading about them. We're trying to figure out exactly what kind we want. We still haven't settled exactly on the kind, but we know a few, right?
Yeah.
And so we're keeping an eye out for those few. But so we're narrowing down. Our focus is getting sharper, more like that laser. It's narrowing in, and eventually it'll be so narrow we'll be like, this is the one. That's the one we're going for, right?
But that's manifestation.
Yeah.
That's simply all it is.
Just focusing your attention. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I think it is just focusing your attention on something. You just
the more you focus your awareness on something, that you will manifest it as you continue to focus.
Yeah. So people that are talking about manifesting more wealth in their life, well, why? Because all of a sudden they started focusing on wealth, and all the energy in their life started going to this.
Their actions start lining up with it. Yeah. They're not, it's not like, it's more woo, I guess, if you're going to call it that, when people are using it like we would use it prayer in evangelical, just wishful thinking, like, God, will you, heal this person? And then they don't get healed, right?
Yeah.
It's wishful, and there's no action behind it, right? But you can also have people who are like, help me feel better, Lord, like help heal this, whatever. And also you're going to the doctors and you're listening to them, you're following their instructions, and you're doing your own research.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that is the actual manifestation, the actions that back up where the awareness is going, instead of just awareness and doing nothing with it, awareness and focused awareness where the actions are falling. Like, I guess kind of how the Bible would say, faith without works is dead. So if you have faith in something, you act on that faith, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. So, I mean, that's really manifestation. That's like reasonable manifestation.
Yeah, and you think about it, because a lot of times the people that are skeptical will pull out the teachers on it. And a lot of the stuff that, I mean, I think of the money little thing you were listening to one night. Yeah. But all that is a mantra. It's a daily devotion that's redirecting your focus. Because now what's going to be on your mind? If you keep saying money to yourself, all of a sudden all you're going to start thinking about is money. Which is not what
I was doing. I don't want people to think I was going around money. But I didn't know it was on the
That's what you're going to focus on. So you're going to find ways to get that money.
Yeah.
Because that's forefront of your mind. That's all your energy's going to it. And the more you can concentrate, if you concentrate all of your energy and everything you do on one thing, you're going to make something happen there because you're putting so much into it.
Let's just take money, for instance, because that's a lot of times what people are trying to manifest, because we all want to be financially secure, right?
Yeah.
That's understandable. But a lot of times we're focused on our lack of money, right? And if you're focused on the lack of something, then you're putting out a vibration of, I have no money. So you're going to have more reasons to reinforce that belief that I have no money.
Just in the core.
But if you switch it to, I am making more money, you will come up with ideas that do that. You will gravitate that direction. You'll look for ways to invest. You'll look for ideas to help generate income. You know what I'm saying? That's a natural thing, because that's what your awareness is on, not on the lack of. So if you're thinking about, I think about money all the time, but I don't have money, that's because you're thinking about your lack of money or how you don't have it. And that focus, that laser is going to focus you. I think that if you want to call it God or source or whatever, it's just energy that helps you focus. Like it just increases the energy towards that direction. Because I think all that exists is pretty much probably just energy.
Yeah.
Right. And that is what source is. And we are the personalities, little parts of its personality or whatever, little, I just think of it like a spectrum on like if you take a prism, all those little different cuts are just different personalities. That's just us. I'm an expression of that energy.
Yeah.
And it has this personality.
Yeah.
And so if I put my awareness on something and I go after it, my actions start to line up with it because I actually believe that. If I believe I have a lack of money, I'm probably going to just sit around and whine about my lack of money, right? That's not going to get me anywhere.
And to go more into your field, if you're focusing on money, on manifestation, and you're saying, I have a lack of money, and that is what's coming out is the lack, what's going into your subconscious?
Lack.
I have a lack of money. So you're going to start believing that. So you're unable to focus.
That's a cycle that you'll start.
And like you were saying, now all of a sudden the magnifying glass is going to the lack of money. So you're going to start noticing where you're lacking in money. I don't have a great car. My house, I wish I had a better house. I wish I had better furniture. We don't eat very nice food. We're eating, the cheap shit all the time, the knockoff brands and all this.
And it's because we have a lack of money.
Yeah.
And our lack of money is because of the wealthy and our lack of money, which I do understand. I do understand that thinking. But if we stay stuck in that thinking of I have lack because people are hoarding it, then I feel pretty hopeless. Like I can never have abundance, or I can never have plenty. I can never reach like a point where I'm not in lack because of these people hoarding it. I'm at their mercy. And I refuse to believe that. That cannot be what we're here doing. Either I have to shift where abundance doesn't mean money, or I have to think there's other ways of doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like there's got to be some shifts in my mindset to help myself, or I'm in a very hopeless state, because when you're hopeless, then it's over, game over, right?
But and it's like you were saying earlier, it's just where you're putting the magnifying glass at. And little subtle things are going to tell you. It's almost like the subconscious is the little thing hold the magnifying glass, and it's going to point it in whichever direction, and it's picking up on the little things.
Well, I think that's your conscious mind. Your conscious mind would be more like the magnifying glass. Like I will aim it here, so you consciously decide where you're going to aim it. The subconscious will bring all the power to it.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is that you don't notice you're saying lack and focusing on it. No, you don't.
But you are thinking that. Yes, I see what you're saying.
So then that's where the focus goes to. And you just keep going down that path.
And that's what the subconscious will bring about is lack. Okay, that's what we have is lack.
Yeah.
And it will reinforce it over and over and over. Yeah. So you have to consciously interfere and say, not lack. I have money. I'm walking towards financial stability or whatever your thing is that you're trying to manifest. Like that's I would say how you do it. That's how we're attempting to use it. And to bring about a happier, better world. I refuse to believe that humankind is evil, because if I believe that, so in Christianity, where we're told, let's tie this to Christianity. Well, in Christianity, we are told that people are evil at the core, right?
Yeah.
They have a sin nature. They are terrible. And so I'm going to look out in the world and I'm going to see evil, terrible, sinful, bad, violence. But at the same time, there's somebody over here who believes in the goodness of humanity, and they'll be like, that person helping that person. Like, I think about this sometimes when I'm driving down the road. We talk about, like if someone has a bad situation, there's a Facebook group I saw where we live, and it says like, it's for people, bad drivers in this area. Well, there's bad drivers all over the place, right? But most of the time, people are following the rules. Most of the time, you would never drive if you thought everybody was bad drivers. You would not go out on the road. But because you assume that most people will follow the rules, you will take your car and your family out on the road.
Yeah. And that's
because
what
you don't really think that they are all bad drivers, but yet you try to convince yourself that that's true, and then you can see evil everywhere. So if you want to see sin, you're going to see it everywhere. And if you want to see goodness, you're going to see it everywhere.
Yeah. And that's that's where your focus is at.
Yeah.
And when you're told constantly that you're evil, there's nothing good in you, and that's the condition of humanity, and only Jesus can save you in the afterlife or when he comes back, then you're going to notice that in everyone else. And you're going to assume it and project that onto everyone else.
And so it also causes, go ahead.
No, go.
I was going to say it also causes, like, this is what causes Christians to get duped so easily by other people. I mean, Christianity is used as a marketing thing. You know, I could market myself as a hypnotherapist for Christians, and I'd probably like have tons of business if I could convince them.
Well, you have to just put a fish on your card.
Pretty much. Like, it's not hard to market to Christians. They will follow that because they believe that anybody who's a Christian is inherently good because now they have Jesus in them, right? And yet it is used, just like the person in power right now uses it as a means to an end. They don't really believe it.
No.
So, I mean, it's just like, if you think this way, if you think a certain way, you're going to have confirmation bias. Your subconscious will pull things toward you that reinforce that belief. That's just how it works.
Yeah. So if you control your mind, you can control what's going on in your life. And that's a manifestation.
And that's what hypnotherapy can help you with. Get control of your own mind back.
But that's manifestation. It's not a magic pill. It's not a magic phrase. It's not woo-woo. It's
not wishful thinking or trying to make something happen without putting the work in. You have to put the work in.
But that's the manifestation part. So you're taking the energy of the thought, the energy of your body, the energy of your muscles, all that, and you're working towards this one goal.
Yeah. And the first thing is there has to be belief. You have to believe it's possible. That's where faith comes in. I might not have evidence that we're going to get a new car, but I believe it is possible to find the kind of car we're looking for.
Yeah.
At the price we're looking for. You see what I'm saying? That is the belief. That's the faith that you hold on to as you walk towards it, do your research and whatever and whatnot.
And whatnot.
That's all it is. It's not, it's science in a way. That's really what it is.
Yeah. You're just testing out that theory.
Yeah. Now, can we do that on a grand scale where we can make a better world if enough of us put our attention on being good or bringing about a good, happy, healthy world full of equality and diversity? It just starts with us living that. I can create that world for myself, and then that world will spread out to those around me. And yes, it will spread.
Yeah. It'll catch on.
Yeah.
But speaking of scientific discovery, I can't remember what it was, but a couple months you were trying a new experiment out.
The vibration experiment?
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
How's that going?
It's going good. I mean, first of all, I'll tell you that it made me very aware of my vibration. I know when it's low, and I know when it's not, and I usually know why it's low, and it's making me change what I'm feeding my mind. It's making me, I don't know, and maybe I'm slower at getting to it because sometimes I resist things, right, for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm getting there. And if nothing else, it's making me more aware of like what kind of frequency I'm in or what my vibrations are that I'm giving out into, to my subconscious, because that will pull more of that towards me. I mean, just like if you're in a bad mood, you pull more, you just get in worse mood until something snaps you out of it. Either you consciously you stop yourself and you're like, stop. Or somebody else snaps you out of it. Something else, shocks you out of it. It's the same thing. So I intentionally started paying attention to my vibration. And it was just like, does this make a difference? Yes, it does make a difference. Because when I feed my mind on bad news, social media crap, I don't feel well. I physically do not feel well. I've learned I can handle a little bit. I can handle knowing what's going on in the world. I just can't handle all the opinions about it and the
Yeah.
catastrophizing, or, that people are saying this is what's going to happen because of this. Well, they don't know. But, and especially if it's somebody I'm suggestible to, someone I follow and kind of like, so I have to be more careful of that. And I've learned more about myself, and I've also learned how to pay a little closer attention, which none of that is bad. I'm not going to so I'm still kind of seeing does me focusing on it and actually sticking to those daily habits of not feasting on stuff that's not good for my mind. I'm working on that. And I do see that it is beneficial. Can I create a consistent habit? That's what I'm working on right now. And then will that lead to good things? I'm hopeful that it will. I'm almost positive it will.
Nice.
So.
Nice. So that's cool. I just wanted to do a checkup, see how you were doing. So, well, that was an interesting conversation. We kind of went all over, but it all worked.
It was good. I even learned some things. I like that laser analogy. That's interesting. I like it.
In a laser.
Gotta love them.
Yeah. People that are around our age would understand. $1 million. So, if you're listening on YouTube and watching on YouTube, give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a follow. We would appreciate all of that. So yeah, just get down there on that. Leave us comments too. We love comments. If you look down in all of our, what the hell do we call it at the bottom?
Description,
yes. We have our websites and all that stuff, all the links to us. So go down there and start clicking on that shit and explore the world that Danny can. It's got everything that we're doing on there, mostly can. So you can get deep into her mind and where she's going. The government won't allow me to express my mind on places. I'm restricted. But yeah, go in there and go to dannycan.com, get it all too. All the links are down below in the description. And if you're listening on a podcast streamer, Spotify, Apple, give us 5 stars. We'd appreciate that. Give us a comment. We'd love that also. We love hearing from you folks. So reach out, let us know what you think, what you're doing, how be and who have you. And yeah, enjoy your weekend.
Go manifest some shit in your life, all right? And if you need help,
get a hold of Candy. She can help you.
Get a hold of me. I'll help you.
She'll help you manifest all sorts of shit.
I'm learning it. I'm passing it on. And yeah. So
it's all good. So, all right. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you next time. Bye.